good afternoon, good morning, good evening to wherever you are. I am Stars Tina. Welcome to our chakra series. We have been doing this every single week, and I am so grateful that I have an accountability partner with me. If you're wondering what I'm talking about our throat chakra. I'm sorry, our chakra series. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Stars Tina, and when you come here, we're going to give you motivation, inspiration, education when it comes to your health and wellness, when it comes to your mindset, your relationships, your everything. And I'm so grateful that I have partnered with this woman. You can bring her on up here, the energy queen, the energy coach, Trey Urban. Make some noise. Woo! Hey, girl. Hey. Hey,
Tina,
girl. Hey. How you feeling?
I am blessed. I am blessed. I am loving this chakra series, you guys. If you haven't got to see them all, go back and start with the first one with the root and go from there, because this information is so helpful to understanding where you might have blocks and then what to do once you do. So
I
I'm
love it.
loving it. Thank
I love
you.
it. So if someone is watching this for the very first time and you're like, what are they talking about? Trey, I want you to share your knowledge. I'm going to share my knowledge of what chakras are and that whole thing and how they work. And then she's going to give you the professional, she knows what she's talking about ish. So for me, when I think about chakras, you may notice that I always wear 5 rings. I actually lost a ring when I was in California. I'm so bummed about that. But this particular ring right here, I'm not sure if you can see it. It has all the chakra colors on it. I actually got it on the Jersey Shore. I absolutely love it. All my rings have a special meaning. Like this one I got in London, and this one I got in Tulum, Mexico. And the one I got from North Carolina is missing, so I'm so bummed. But everything I wear, like down to my bracelets, they help to keep me grounded because I tend to just be all over the place. So I need things to keep me balanced. Sometimes I may be sad, sometimes I may be mad, angry, happy, whatever. So your chakras are, for me, this is my definition, and we're going to the professional, are energy points in your body, starting at the bottom, and they go all the way up to your root chakra, and there's little wheels turning. And apparently I heard there's more than 7. There's 7 main ones, but there's more than that. Yes, Trey, is that correct? All right, yeah. And then when they're unbalanced, my daughter actually told me this years ago. She was like, you need to get your chakras cleansed, mom. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I was going to go to someone to pay them to do this for me. And then they said, you can do it yourself. And each week we've been doing different poses. Trey's been giving us some amazing information. You can also go to her if you want her to help you with that. But Trey, throw it over to you so you can explain what chakras are to everybody.
Yes, and for me, they are what connects to your 4 energy bodies. So I believe that we have a mental body, an emotional body, a spiritual body within the physical body. Those are the 4, right? And those chakras help connect with, they spin through the mental, physical, and spiritual to gain and gather information. So if for some reason they are not spinning correctly, or say, for instance, you've had a trauma, then more than likely there is an energy that is blocking that from spinning in the way it should. So sometimes, like today, we're going to talk about the throat. It stops us from being able to communicate. But like the root chakra, we're going to go through them really quick. That is the red, right? Your root chakra is red. It is your survival, self-preservation, right? And so I utilize sound bowls, you guys, and I use, buy one that's beat up, you guys, that looks bent, because that means it's handcrafted and it will last for the rest of your life. If you have to only get a choice of a crafted, beautifully fine one that is so perfectly designed, be careful with it, because if you drop it, it'll break or crack. So these ones will never crack. So you want to, these will help get those chakras spinning all by yourself in the right way. So we're going to talk the right. That's your survival, that stuff, right? And then the next one above that is orange. It's an orange color, and that orange is your sacral, you guys. And then that sacral, it helps you with so many things, you guys. Not only is it like your reproductive thing, right? Because that's down in your lower abdomen area, but you guys, it does so many things. It's like where you're creative, right? Because that's where you produce and your femininity. There's some other things that are there along with that particular area. And then the next ones are the solar plexus, which is right there where your belly button is. And that beautiful thing is yellow. It should be glowing yellow. We wore yellow that day. And bright, beautiful yellow, you guys, that yellow is going to help with your uh how you define your own self definition, right? And And it's so helpful because when you give yourself the will and the strength, so that's like your will and your strength and your determination and your confidence, like really all of those things. So go, oh, I forgot the bowls. Okay, so if we start with the bowls, you guys, we'll start with the letters. So your root, it starts with a C, the C tone, and you could get smaller. C is going to be a higher note. Sometimes we want higher. And then this is a mid range, and this is a mid range, just like on a piano. And then the big bowls are going to be the deep alto, and those are going to shift the foundation of stuff. So we're going to, the root is a C, and then it goes up or from there. So then the next one for the sacral is a D, and then the solar plex is a E. And what we did last week, you guys, it was the F, it was the heart. And the heart color, it was green. And I don't know why I always want heart to be red, because it's just what we think, but it's green, you guys. So the green was the F, and that part of you, it's how you love yourself and how you love others, but more importantly, what you allow yourself to receive, right? So many things, how much you are allowing yourself to receive. So you guys, that is a, and now we are on the blue. We're on a bright, bright blue. We are, woo, and so it's a G. We're on the G. I believe we're on the G. So yes, we're on the G. If you want to get a bowl, and this beautiful, beautiful color, where guys, it's your throat. And this is where some people have a loss of femininity. That's the term. And if you have loss of femininity, that means somebody has stolen your voice. Somebody has stopped you from saying something, and it's continued on, and that can block your chakra. Because I don't know if you were a kid to be seen and not heard. Yo, ever since I was a child, repeatedly shut down my throat chakra. So it took a lot to be the queen that you see right now. This is what us caught up. So there you go, Miss Tina.
Thank you so much for getting us all caught up on all the chakras. And even though we did, we do them, I'm still learning other things about like the root, like you just said. So I want to get into a quick story about my root chakra. And you talked about traumedy. And if you guys didn't know, that is my platform. Traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When this occurs, life-changing experiences occur, and everyone's gone through some type of trauma or tragedy, traumedy, as I said, and you might be scared to talk. You might be in a relationship and you're afraid to tell your husband something. You may be a child and you're afraid to tell your parents something. This week, I'm going to share some exercises slash poses, asanas you can do to open up that throat chakra. But something I tend to do a lot, and sometimes I'm afraid to say certain things. I'm like, okay, come on, throat chakra, let it out, let it out. I just kind of do this, Trey. I don't know if this is a thing, but it kind of helps. And people hear me say, like, what is she talking about? It's like the throat chakra. Like, you want to say something, like you may be in a relationship with a man and you want to tell him you want to be serious. I want to take this relationship to the next level, but you're afraid to tell him. Guess what happens if you don't tell him? Nothing's going to happen. If you're in a, like with Trey and I, say for example, I want her to do the 8-week program that I'm doing. If I would have never opened my mouth, then she would have never said yes. By the way, what am I talking about? We are doing a sculpted opulence program. This is a program based off of the No More Traumedy book. In this book that I wrote, it's a little bit of my story, but it also shares what a trauma is, what a tragedy is. And each week we're going to dive into a little bit of the book because it's all about your body, right? Being sculpted, being opulent. Sculpted, you know what that means, sexy, smooth, right? And then opulence is just excellence. So in order to get excellent, you have to dig down into the root. So we're going to get into the book. I'm going to share some things to get through it. But then Trey's going to come through with her energy work each week. She's going to spend 10 minutes so you have the opportunity to work with her. And then let's just say you want her all to yourself. You don't want her with a group of people because let me tell you, family, I had the opportunity to have Trey on a one-on-one when I was in a crisis. And you don't want to go to a therapist. You don't want to go to a chiropractor. You don't want to go to a massage person when you're in crisis mode. What am I talking about? Like, say, for example, your shoulder's hurting, you're like this, and you can't move your arm. You don't want to wait until then to go. You want to go ahead of time. So that's what's great about Trey. But I got to her, guys, when I was in crisis mode. I was like, and she could feel it through an audio app called Clubhouse. She just heard my voice, or shall I say, the lack of my voice. She texted me first. She was very respectful with everything. You know, she says, "Can I clear your energy? Can I do whatever, whatever?" Changed my life. That's why she's here. So when you do this sculpted opulence program, we're having a master class this Saturday. Trey, I hope you're available. It starts at 9:30. Just to tell everyone what you're doing. It's a free master class. I want you to tap into that right now. And in this master class, we're going to share with you what exactly is going to happen in this 8-week program. We are going to take you from good to great to amazing and then unstoppable. That's what it's all about, guys. Being unstoppable with everything in your life, with your finances. Does anyone want to make more money? Easily working smart, not hard, right? You don't want to work 7 days a week. You don't want to work 12, 15 hours a day. No, working smart, not hard. In this program, we're going to teach you how to take your fitness level to the next stage, you know, to elevate it, elevating your fitness. Because when you get older, 40, 50, 60, you know, things start to change. Your relationships. Is there anyone out there struggling with relationships with their children? Maybe with their husband, maybe with their wives or whatever. This program is going to teach you how to do that because we get to the root of the problem, which is inside of you. So the Sculpted Opulence Challenge, you just go to our website, which is I Am Stars Tina. I believe Renee's going to put the link right there if you want to sign up. Like I said, it's a free workshop this Saturday. I got off track. I apologize, but it's because of this throat chakra right here. You know, for years I was afraid to talk. Trey is going to go into some of the characteristics for the throat chakra. Some of the poses, pretty much just anything that keeps your head up. Like the camel pose, like cat dogs we do in class. Uh, and you said the color, did we? Yes, the color is blue. And you know what I think is so wild, Trey? So for the longest time, you see I've got red and black, right? I love red. Red is a color of power. Like I'm always gonna love red. And when you have your business colors, it's your brand colors, right? And I remember my daughter would always say, "Mom, red just attacks people. Stop doing red." You know, I'd always do red, red, red. And now we're transitioning to blue as our branded colors, like a blue, maybe a little yellow for the sun. Now that I think about it, Renee, it's probably like the chakra colors. And blue is our base color for our business, which is all about that throat chakra. Because I find in life, for me, Trey, I don't know about you, if it's something I don't like or something that's challenging, I walk into it a little bit more. Some people will run. They're like, "No, that's a hard situation." I'm gonna be right there in your face, like, what, like in my face. So that's why I think I have the blue because sometimes I'm afraid to talk, so it's gonna put it there. Trey, tell us your thoughts on this throat chakra.
Okay, so you know your throat chakra, it is the expression of your soul. Like really your soul. Like when, oh man, that really was sad. Oh my gosh, did that happen? Oh, I felt that. Oh my gosh, I don't think you should do that. Right? All of the deep, deep things. And again, like Tina was saying about, oh, when you think you're in love with somebody or you want to have a commitment or you want to engage or become even more. Oh, great. Now they're bringing a, I think they're going to come and mow the lawn and do some more stuff next door. So I'm going to do my best to communicate and hopefully you can hear me. So, you guys, this is rolling by, rolling by. Nope, it looks like they're going to be here taking away some stuff. So, you guys, your throat chakra needs to be open so you can communicate, not only advocate for yourself, but so that you could be in your purpose. And most of us are nervous to be in your purpose. So my purpose is to help raise people awareness. I did not want to raise people's awareness because I didn't want them to be mad at me. I didn't want them not to like me. I didn't want to tell them anything that would upset them. And when I raise people's awareness, some people don't, they're like, what? Like she said, what are you saying? What you thinking? Or but some people are like, oh, I see that or whatever. So that tells me how open they are, how open their heart is, how open their throat chakra is, because it delegates how you react and respond. Because if your throat chakra isn't open, you're not going to say nothing. You're not going to say nothing when somebody tells you something, and instead you're going to boil inside and you're going to swallow it, and then it's become unprocessed trauma, unprocessed emotion that's going to fester in you. And then the next time somebody even comes close to saying anything like that, guess what you're going to do? You're going to be triggered again. And then you're just going to be stuck. Because until you can communicate for and advocate for yourself, even if it isn't girly or tasteful at first, or however, because I didn't start off like this at first. I was like volatile. And people told me I struck like lightning and I stabbed him like a sword. They told me I I did uncomfortable things and they go, your words cut us in half, like, psh. So I had to, but that was because I waited too long because I wouldn't communicate when I needed to. So it all built up. And when I finally communicated, the
Girl,
explosion
girl,
from
I'm
last
loving what
year,
you're
I brought it
saying.
up from last year.
Girl, I'm saying this is Tina 2.0 right now because Tina 1.0, let me tell you, like you said, and I realized it. I remember years ago when my son was younger, I would hold things in. Like I'd be upset about something, but I wouldn't say anything. And he would do something. And one day he left a sock on the floor. Girl, I just about lost it. I was screaming. We lived on the second floor. I was ready to throw him out the window. It wasn't over that one little sock. It was over the dishes that didn't get clean. It was about this, that, and the other. So I love what you're saying, you know, how you would, and people say that too. Like I hit like daggers. My daughter would always say in the past, you know, she's like, you're nasty, nice mom. Cause it's just like, I want to attack. Like if you're going to hurt me, boom, I'm going to attack you back. And then, you know, she said something to me recently, just recently, you know, I said something to someone and she's like, so why did you say that? I said, because it's how I felt. And she says, well, was that loving? Was that caring? Do you really want to hurt that person's feelings? Let me see if I can turn my camera sideways so it looks a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, maybe I gotta pull it up some. I don't know if you're able to pull your camera up, Trey, so they have like the whole view. Um, so yeah, are you speaking from love? Are you speaking from life, from your heart? That just makes things so much better. And then I want to go back to what you said, Trey, when you were talking about relationships, right? I remember years ago I went out with this guy, and in the beginning, very beginning, I was like, I don't want a relationship. He said the same thing. He didn't want a relationship. But you know, us women, we get our hearts all in the game, right? I don't know if it was 2 weeks or 2 months, whichever it was. After that, I was like, I want to get serious. And he got mad at me. He was like, what are you talking about? You said we were just dating. And I was like, well, this is what I want right now. Either this, either we're getting serious or I'm out. And he said, okay. All right. And that was a wonderful relationship. So my point is you have nothing, yeah, it ended bad, but so what? The point is, what do you have to lose by opening your mouth? You never know unless you're going to ask. You know, that's how Renee actually, if you guys know, Renee is my supporting partner. She actually started out as my client. You know, she started as my client and then she asked little things. She just kept asking, you know, with her throat chakra. She moved her way up from just being a little chubby little fat girl, barely able. Renee, you got to post that today. Trey, it's so funny. She could barely hold a gallon of water and balance herself. That's how, because when you're bigger, it's hard to balance, right? It's like you can't keep one leg up. And she came from that and she just was focused, Trey. Let me tell you. And I always tell people, how bad do you want it? I had a call today with a
Yeah.
new client and I said to the clients, I said, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5, you want to get fit. He said a 5. I was like, okay, let's go. Let's run. You know, if you, I'm reading a book, Trey, it's called Relentless. And let me tell you, he's like, in 3 weeks, you can just cut it. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I'm not rambling. I'm just getting off on a tangent because I'm feeling good with this throat chakra, throat chakra. Anything else you want to share before we get out of here, girlfriend?
Oh my gosh. You people, just ask yourself, are you able to communicate confidently, calmly, and confidently? Because if
Life,
you are, your throat chakra's open.
yes, yes. And if
If
it's
you're
not,
not,
tap into us.
please tap into Tina. You guys come and join the 8 week amazing elevation. Come and reset and discover what it's going to take, because when you're able to communicate, look at these smiles on our faces,
Mhm.
because now we can, but we also can communicate with love, and we also understand the difference. We understand what's beneficial and not beneficial because we can feel, we sense, we're paying attention, and what we want from our throats is love, support, encouragement, but the truth. So when you
Yes,
can
yes,
speak the truth in love, you've mastered all of this. Thank you
yes,
so much. I'm
yes,
so excited for our 8 week course. I'm going to start
yes,
blowing that stuff up. And
yes,
Saturday. Yes, yes, I'm
yes.
in.
We gotta blow it
Come
up.
on
Join us
Saturday,
on
you guys. Come on Saturday.
Saturday's gonna be fun. I'm gonna see if I can find an outfit with all the chakra colors. That would be so cool. That would be like so. I'm gonna go Google it. Not Google, Amazon. You see, I don't even know the difference, right? A chakra outfit. Then I'll have some beads on it. And we shake. Can we do a movement, something, Trey, like you did for our end of the year? Can you? We could do some type of movement with some beads and stuff or whatever.
Heck
That would
yeah,
be
we'll do
fun.
something awesome and creative. I will hook you up, sis. All you need to do is ask. I got you. You know it.
All righty, guys, join our tribe. This is Trey. Trey is right here. You can't see her, but she's right here. I'm going to visit her this year. We're going to grab arms before your event, Trey, before that, because in this 8 week, we want to transform you. I am a life and health coach, a transformation type of coach. That's what I do. We're not going to just throw stuff at you. We're telling you stuff that actually works. Trey, thank you for your patience with me, with like the times. Yeah, we usually do these on Sundays or Saturdays. And, I'm just like, so thank you, thank you. And that's what you get, compassion, empathy. So I'm hugging you. All right, guys, we are out of here. Tap into the challenge. Go to the website. I am
Life
Starcina.
is always perfect.
Yes.
Love you, girl.
Bye. Love you, love you. See you.